The Conquest of Bread by Peter Kropotkin is one of the most influential texts in the anarchist tradition, providing a powerful critique of capitalist society and a compelling vision for a future based on mutual aid and cooperation. Written in 1892, Kropotkin's work offers both a critique of existing social structures and a blueprint for how society could be reorganized along more equitable and communal lines. His ideas remain crucial in contemporary discussions on alternatives to capitalism and the practical implementation of anarchist principles. Peter Kropotkin was a Russian prince who became one of the most prominent figures in the anarchist movement. Rejecting his aristocratic background, Kropotkin dedicated his life to the study and promotion of anarchism, focusing on the potential for humans to live in a society free of coercive institutions like the state and capitalism. The Conquest of Bread was written in a period of intense political upheaval in Europe, marked by the rise of socialist movements, labor strikes, and the spread of revolutionary ideas. Kropotkin's vision, as presented in this book, is one of a decentralized society where people freely associate to meet their needs and organize production and distribution without the need for a centralized authority or market mechanisms. He critiques both capitalism and the state, arguing that they are inherently exploitative and oppressive, and proposes a form of Anarcho-communism where goods are distributed based on need rather than profit. Now let's talk about Kropotkin's critique of capitalism and the state. Kropotkin begins by critiquing the existing capitalist system, which he sees as deeply unjust and inefficient. He argues that capitalism leads to the concentration of wealth in the hands of few, while the vast majority of people are left to struggle for basic necessities. This concentration of wealth is not a result of merit or hard work, but of exploitation and the inheritance of accumulated capital. Kropotkin also criticizes the state, which he views as an instrument of the ruling class used to maintain their power and suppress the working class. Capitalism as inherently exploitative. Kropotkin argues that capitalism is based on exploiting the worker, since their labor creates much more value than they ever receive in wages. This surplus value is appropriated by capitalists, leading to vast inequalities in wealth and power. Kropotkin argues that this system is not only unjust, but also unsustainable, as it creates deep social divisions and economic instability. The state is oppressive. According to Kropotkin, the state is not a neutral arbiter, but a tool used by the ruling class to enforce their will. Laws and institutions are designed to protect private property and the interests of the wealthy, often at the expense of the working class. The state uses its monopoly on violence to suppress dissent and maintain the status quo, making it an obstacle to social progress. One of Kropotkin's most significant contributions to anarchist thought is his concept of mutual aid. Contrary to the social Darwinist ideas popular in his time, which emphasized competition and survival of the fittest, Kropotkin argued that cooperation and mutual support are the fundamental drivers of human evolution and social progress. Kropotkin asserts that mutual aid, people helping each other, is a natural and instinctive behavior that has been essential for human survival throughout history. In contrast to the capitalist emphasis on competition, Kropotkin highlights numerous examples from both human history and the animal kingdom, where cooperation has been crucial for survival and well-being. He believes that a society based on mutual aid would be more just, humane, and sustainable than the dominant capitalist mode of production. Kropotkin challenges the idea that competition is the most efficient way to organize society. He argues that cooperation, rather than competition, leads to better outcomes for everyone. In his vision, a cooperative society would eliminate the waste and inefficiencies of capitalism, such as unemployment, poverty, and the destruction of surplus goods by organizing production and distribution to meet the needs of all. In The Conquest of Bread, Kropotkin outlines his vision for an anarchist communist society, a society without private property, money, or state authority, where the means of production are collectively owned and managed by the people. Kropotkin argues that private property is the root of social inequality and must be abolished. However, he distinguishes between personal possessions, which he sees as legitimate, and private property in the means of production, land, factories, resources, which he argues should be held in common and used for the benefit of all. In Kropotkin's vision, goods would be distributed based on need, not on ability to pay. This principle is summed up in the anarchist communist maxim, from each according to their ability, to each according to their need. Kropotkin believes that if people's basic needs were met, they would be free to contribute to society in meaningful ways, leading to a more creative, dynamic, and equitable community. Kropotkin also advocates for a decentralized society where decisions are made at the local level through voluntary associations of individuals and communities. These associations would coordinate with each other to organize production, distribution, education, and other social functions without the need for a central government or hierarchical institutions. For example, he envisions a network of local councils and federations that manage resources and production through direct democracy. Workers would control their workplaces, and communities would organize themselves to meet their needs collectively without interference from the state or capitalists. Kropotkin is not only concerned with the theoretical aspects of anarchism, but also with its practical application. He offers concrete suggestions on how to transition from capitalism to anarcho-communism, and how to organize society afterward. Kropotkin argues that the transition to anarcho-communism will likely require a revolution, as the ruling class will not willingly relinquish their power. However, he emphasizes that this revolution should be focused on the immediate improvement of people's lives, such as seizing and redistributing food, housing, and other essential resources, rather than on abstract political goals. Kropotkin is optimistic about the role of technology in an anarchist society. He believes that advances in science and technology could be harnessed to reduce the amount of labor required for basic necessities, freeing people to pursue creative and fulfilling activities. This would be a sharp contrast to capitalism, where technology is often used to intensify exploitation or create unemployment. Kropotkin stresses the importance of education and culture in building a new society. He envisions a system of free, accessible education that fosters critical thinking, creativity, and solidarity. Cultural activities, too, would be accessible to all, allowing everyone to participate in and contribute to the richness of human experience. The Conquest of Bread remains a seminal text in anarchist thought, offering both a powerful critique of capitalism and a hopeful vision of a society based on mutual aid, cooperation, and equality. Kropotkin's ideas have influenced generations of anarchists, socialists, and activists, and continue to inspire those seeking alternatives to the current social and economic order. For those interested in political theory, Kropotkin's work provides a detailed and practical guide to anarcho-communism. His emphasis on the natural human tendencies toward cooperation and mutual aid challenges the dominant narratives of competition and individualism that underpin capitalism. Moreover, his vision of a decentralized, stateless society offers a radical alternative to both capitalism and state socialism, emphasizing freedom, equality, and collective responsibility. Whether you are a veteran activist or new to anarchist ideas, The Conquest of Bread is essential reading for anyone interested in building a more just and equitable world. We have been the Left Library, and this has been Political Theory Simplified. If you have enjoyed this overview, we encourage you to read The Conquest of Bread by Peter Kropotkin to deepen your understanding of anarchist thought and its relevance to contemporary struggles. Thank you for watching, and let's continue to learn and grow together.